Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. And thank you. I wasn't crazy about doing this video. I really, I didn't. But I got some emails. I aim to please. So today we're going to be talking about Flexa and Strike because it's all the brouhaha right now. I did watch Jack's presentation, and he's animated. All right, I'll try to leave it right there and say he's animated. I get that because if you've ever caught one of our live streams, odds are good you have seen me throwing my arms in the air and hugging myself in raptures and all that. Because when you're talking about a subject that you're particularly passionate about, sometimes the passion gets out. And it does for me, so I will give him a pass. It might not have been the way I did it, but I'm not that guy. So he did it the way he did it, and honestly, I'm indifferent about it. I don't really judge the presentation so much as the information. So I'll just gonna leave that one there. But I think it's safe to say that the fight is on. But is it? I guess that's where I'm going with this. Look, I have no particular dog in this fight. I have no particular dog in this fight because I am not your consumer. I am not the consumer for this product. I am not the consumer for Flexa, for Strike, for Solana Pay. I'm not the guy for this because I don't spend my crypto. I'm not going to. Now, one could make the argument for stablecoins. I've made the argument for stablecoins, but I can't even really rationalize that because of the opportunity cost of spending those stable coins. The bulk of mine are in UST. All right. They're worth $1. Tomorrow they'll be worth $1. 6 months from now they'll be worth $1. We can philosophically argue the buying power of $1, but it's not really for this video. I'm just going to say that it's going to be worth $1. Now, I shovel all of mine onto White Whale. And the reason for that is that it's simple. They pay me 19.6% for my stable coins. Auto compounding, 24/7, 365. So unless one of these pay rails is going to incentivize me as a consumer to greater than 20%, which I'm collecting just leaving it on White Whale, I'm not going to use your product. All right, it makes no financial sense for me to effectively spend my stable coins and lose money while I'm doing it. So I'm not your consumer. However, I am also pragmatic enough to realize that most people don't know about things like White Whale. They just don't. So the problem that you're going to have with these and all pay rails is exactly that. You are building this for a consumer that doesn't exist. I would never say everybody. I don't do that. But I want to say that the bulk of the crypto investors are not lining up to spend their crypto. They're just not. And for all of the non-crypto people, they are not going out of their way to purchase crypto for the sole intent of spending it. All right, this is a generational type of shift that's going to need to occur for these products to really spread their wings and fly. And we're not there yet. We are not there yet. This is the building phase, the development phase. This is the education phase. This is where it's at right now. So as far as mass adoption, not seeing it, doesn't matter. But let's get to Flex and Strike. This is what it's actually for. It is absolute pure insanity to think that the NCR partnership, that the GK software, hell, Sheets, that these partnerships are exclusive. They're not. There's no way they would be exclusive. From a business standpoint, the sole reason that I have the business, and you can call it whatever you want, is to sell a product. So if I am trying to sell this product, I am going to invite as many payment options as I possibly can because I don't want to lock out a consumer, any consumer. There's a reason that you see Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, why you see them all on the window of these businesses. These are competing digital pay rails. Visa and MasterCard are not the same company. All right, American Express is not the same company. These are competitors, and they are all offered at the same business. Why? Because it is not the business's job to say incentivize one or the other. It's the business's job to sell a product. It is the rails part to incentivize you to use them. So why would you use Visa over MasterCard? Why would you use American Express over Discover? Why? It is up to these rails to incentivize their consumers to use them and say, I am the best, and this is the way that you should be going. So this is where it's going to come down on this one. And guys, look, I have no dog in this fight. I already told you, I'm not your consumer. I have no dog in this. But this is where it's going to come down to the actual physical product. And you are going to have to find a way to make sure the world knows, if you're an amp guy, that Flexa is the better product, that you should be using Flexa as opposed to Strike. It's Strike's job to come out and say, why would you bother with them when we can do this? Now, I understand the patents. I see that argument constantly over on the amp Reddit. Patent, patent, patent. Flexa's method has a patent, yes. But the fundamental idea that only Flexa can use crypto as a means of payment is absolutely ludicrous. It is not even close. Their particular method, that we take this in, we settle it on this exchange, and we put this out to the merchant, that is patented. But saying that we're the only ones who can process your Bitcoin because we have a patent, that is nuts, all right? It's not going to hold up, not even close. Now, you might have something with the money transmitter licenses. Man, I'm not going to act like I can speak intelligently on that. I can't. I don't know. I'm not in that field. But if you need somebody, I could probably get somebody on the show. You might have something there. You might. But are you willing to base your entire nest egg, your entire investment, on if something like this will hold up in a court of law? And as much as we like to talk about borderless, crypto, worldwide, doesn't matter. These money transmitter licenses will hold up in the States, but the world is big, all right? There is a lot of it. And I don't think El Salvador or Panama, I don't think they really particularly care about money transmitter licenses. Korea, Japan, China, where all of this action is happening, where they are a little bit further along the spending crypto as currency is. So I wouldn't exactly fall back on that either. What you got to do, what Flexa needs to do, if they want to come out on top of something like this is the education phase. You have got to teach. You have got to show. You have got to get in front of a consumer base that isn't even created yet and say, we have the better product, and here's why. This is what's not coming out. This is a problem. This is going to be a problem, and it's not just going to be a problem for Flex. It's going to be a problem for anybody who's going into this space. You have got to build a consumer, and they don't really particularly exist yet, not in the volume that's necessary to really make some of these things blow out. So to finish up, I understand that I need to keep these shorter. People are certainly telling me, tired of listening to you, man. You're gonna have to make your product better. That's really all it is. I'm a big fan of competition. I'm a huge fan of competition. Competition, all right, drives innovation. And when you're the only guy doing it, you can do it however you want. But when you're not, and Flexa isn't. But when you're not, you have to make your product better. You have to incentivize consumers. You have to give them a reason to use your product as opposed to a competitor's product. And I'm sorry, but that incentivization is going to have to be tangible, something they can hold, something they can track. You're not doing it because it's green. All right, you're not doing it because you're saving the merchant 2% on transaction fees. You are absolutely not as a consumer. You're doing it because it's a benefit to you. So you're going to have to find a way to not only create this consumer base, but to incentivize them to use your product. This is absolute reality. I'm sorry. The niche, all of that, that's great. And it's great to be first, and you can make a YouTube video and say, look, I just bought this at Baskin-Robbins, and I paid with scale. That's great once. But it is not your everyday, and you cannot build a business around this. The pieces are in place. They really are. The pieces are absolutely in place. The partnerships are made. Now you have to create a consumer. This applies to AMP. This applies to Strike. This applies to Solana Pay. You have to build a consumer. And all of these, this applies equally over all of these pay rails. So am I particularly worried for Flexa that Strike's doing what they do? Not a bit. Not a bit, man. Visa and MasterCard both exist, and they are both profitable. So is it safe to say that it cut into some of your market share? I would come back and say, what market share? This is, I keep saying this. Well, we just lost market share. What market share? All right. These things are used loosely right now, if even that, and it's mostly a hold my beer, watch this kind of thing. If the fundamentals are good, if the foundation is laid, now it's time for education. So I guess we're just going to kind of leave it there. I'm not real concerned. Again, no dog in this fight. I'm not particularly concerned. You don't hold a patent on the idea, and you're going to see competition. This is how the market works. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I don't know which way this will go in the comments section. It's always fun every time I hit upload. That's all I got, man. So look, until next time, we have a live stream tonight, and we will likely be talking about this very thing. Until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Cheers.